Biafrans and lovers of freedom, wherever you are, welcome you to this very broadcast today, being the 30th day of April 2024, the month and the year of our Lord Elohim. We are here once again to continue this gospel of truth, gospel of liberation, the gospel to save our people, and how to pull our people out from that devilish forest called Nigeria. Great Biafran, before I proceed, I want to play this very jingle. It's very, very important that we continue this campaign for agriculture in our land, so that there will be abundant food in our land. Food will not be a problem any longer in our land at days to come.
The indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, under the leadership of our indefatigable leader, prophet, and mentor of our time, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, through the Directorate of State, DOS, the men will understand the times and seasons when Biafra are supposed to do the needful, like the men of Pesaka in the Bible. Don't land again with another important program for Biafrans, where they call Operation Back to Farm, alias Guzaza hunger and starvation out of Biafra land. As there be time to sow, we also get time to reap. Now with this planting season, we don't arrive. Ipob don't they tell every Biafran, men, women, boy, girl, papa, mama, traders, bankers, drivers, artisans, doctors, police and their brothers, teachers, landlord, landlady, husband, wife, business people, everybody, plus minus nobody, to join this Operation Back to Farm, alias Guzaza hunger and starvation out of Biafra land by planting yam, maize, cassava, cocoa yam, three leaf yam, tomatoes, pepper, vegetable, groundnut, okra, beans, garden egg, rice, etc., etc. You fit use bag, empty jerry can, bucket, empty cement bag or rice bag to support this project and make it a reality. As you dey plant, no forget plantain, banana, chicken, goat, snail, cow, fish, even mushroom. While our villages must witness planting of odara, palm tree, oba, mango, guava, oranges, including tangerine. With this exercise, hunger and starvation go swear never to peep into Biafra land again. Just to no talk say, this one no concern you at all. For person wey dey hungry no dey shout hallelujah, e no go shout praise the Lord, e no go kabash at all. Because when aeroplane come fly for sky, e go look for ground wey e go land gidigba, come rest. Na so e be. Understand say, as men and women dey sell their people now, including children, to see wetin dem go use chop, who know whether na you be the person when dem go bundle and sell as commodity. Na him men, you go shine your eye and join this Operation Back to Farm in Biafra land, so that we go save our children, save our people, save our life, save our wife, save every savable. Because na person wey eat very well benefit dey save only you, my people. Ipob no dey talk in vain. Remember when dem tell you to change your money to dollar for all your bank in Naija, because the apartment wey go comot for inside it go rattle you. You think say na empty talk. Today wetin dey happen? E don shele, e don open your eyes. Fowl nyash don open as wind don blow. So therefore, both clergymen, politicians, comedians, actors and actresses, our people in diaspora wey be abroad, must all show their faces and support in every for this very thing to come to reality. Remember, anybody wey im enemy dey feed don already pay for him mortuary. This time, to Guzaza hunger and starvation out of Biafra land, everybody must put hand, put leg, put hoe, put cutlass, put fertilizer, put everything and handle it. Make I tell you, nothing to spare in the bush again. For the python wey get the bush don take over in territory. Biafrans, Operation Back to Farm. Now the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, through the Directorate of State, they bring una this message. Igbo na tilu ha si na onye jụrụ ọnụ ya nri ajụlọ n'isi ya nshi ebe aka aja aja na-ebute ọnụ mmanụ mmanụ ọ na-abụkwa na arụ n'anwụ erie na ndụ duka unu nụrụ ya na-abụ a ọbịa mere IPOB nke Maazị Nnamdi Kanu nọ n'isi ya site n'aka ndị Directorate of State maọbụ DOS dịka ụmụ Ịsaka na akwụkwọ nsọ ndị maara ihe ekwe na oge nyere jiri wepụta ihe omume ha kpọrọ Operation ha nlele laghachite n'ọrụ ubi alias gbara agụụ na ọnwụ ụgwọ ọnwa mkpi pụọ n'ala Biafra ebe ndị mmadụ ga na-ere nwa ha maka agụụ onye makwa na onye ọzọ a ga-anwụ ree maọbụ gị maka na ọdịgo na-echiwela mmiri ọkụ si na ọ ga-ada elu ya bụrụ ya n'ihi nke a Indigenous People of Biafra IPOB na-akpọku nwoke nwaanyị ndị oriakụ ndị ọrụ aka ndị ọrụ bekee ndị ahịa ndị ụkọchukwu ndị eze ndị draiva esekremetima ka anyị lọghachite n'ọrụ ubi ihe ọbụla ị maara arụ nke ọma elela anya n'azụ ịkọ akpụ ede ji egusi rice beans granọt ọkọrọ wọtamelọn kukumba ọna akịdị ose ụgụ aṅara na ihe ndị ọzọ biko tinye aka na ya maka na anụ na-atagbu ọnụ anaghị anwụ ọsịsọ dịka anyị na-akụ mkpụrụ ndị a anyị agaghị echefu ịtọ nkwụ ebe ụdara ụkwa mango kashu tangerine abrika gova ụkpa chetakwa itinye ọkụkọ azụ eju ewu ehi igbo na ihe ndị ọzọ asịkwala na amamihe m ga-eme lee n'anya were akpa were efere were bọket were kụọrọ anyị ji kukumba ose ụgụ tomato aṅara na ihe ndị ọzọ ị nwere ike ịkụ na gburugburu ebe ahụ ibi asịkwala na ọgbasa gị o n'ihi na dịka a na-ere ndị mmadụ ugbu a iji nwee ike ịrapịa m ọ dịghị onye ma maọbụ gị bụ ngwaahịa ọzọ a ga-ere maọbụ zụga n'ahịa unu chetakwa ihe merenụ n'oge cashless tinyere ndụmọdụ ndị DOS nyere n'oge gara aga banyere ịgbanwe ego anyị niile nọ n'ụlọ ọba ego na dọla ụfọdụ ejiri ya mere ihe ọchị ebe ụfọdụ na-akpọghị ihe ma ahịa mechara zụọ mmiri amakwa isi ekwu ụfọdụ ọkụkọchi ụmụ na-eti mkpu nwere ihe ọhụrụ o ji na-eti mkpu bụtụ otu ihe niile ji na-ada ọnụ na Naija ugbu a ọ bụla Operation ha nlele batụ ọrụ ubi bụ ọsịsa ya ka onye nyere m taa na-emechi ọ ga-enyekwa mbụ ebighị ebi mbanụnụ ọpreshọn a anyị banyere ugbu a bụ kpọmkwem nke makọla m nke ọbụla ị nwere ike inye aka ma ọ bụ ime biko egbula oge ime ya mkpụrụ akụkụ fertilizer ala ego na ihe ndị ọzọ eji eme ka ụra tọwa ụtọ egbukwala oge n'ihi na ọkụ bụ ike nnu unu atụkwala egwu ịba n'ime ọhịa n'ihi na ọkụ bụ ike nnu ọzọkwa ndị anyị ụjọ atụla unu ịba n'ime ọhịa sụkashi ọhịa zọọ ya pịatapịata n'ihi na agụ ha na-eche mba agụchukwu ha nọ n'ime ọhịa ha sịkwanụ na ọ gaghị azụ ọzụọ ha n'isi Operation back to ọrụ ubi ha nlele tụ ọrụ ubi ọbịa bụ ihe anyị na-ekwu okwu ugbu a iji chụọ agụụ chụọ anya m anya m n'ala Biafra Biafrans Operation ha nlele back to ọrụ ubi ebidola oo enyelekwala anya n'azụ asịkwala na ịmaghị ozi a si n'aka ndị IPOB
Great Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I welcome you all to this very broadcast again, once again. Today is the last day of April 2024, the month that have preserved us and blessed us with a good life and good health. A month that we will never see again. The month of grace, the month that have blessed us mightily. Therefore, we will proceed. Today, I am here to discuss very, very important issue. I will start from the conspiracy that is ravaging the Biafra land, that is not part of our culture, that is not part of our doing. It's not part of our engagement. And why must this kind of thing be established in our land? Then I will take you back so that you will recall the type of criminality we used to suffer in Biafra land before now. Those days in Biafra land, We all knew the common criminal that is operating in our land. And that criminality that was operating in our land was commonly on car snatching. Let me name the years. I remember vividly in the year 1998, in the year 1999, in the year 2000, in Anambra State, in Abia State, in Imo State, in Enugu State, in Cross River State, in River State, in Bayelsa, in Delta State. Commonly, criminal activity that is ongoing in these places that I mentioned in this year was especially car snatching, motorbike snatching. We call Okada these days. That was very common criminal activities then. Because do you know why I'm taking you back before I land where I want to land? Our people have what I call short memory. And this short memory will refer some particular people then as Bankumi people. What is the meaning of Bankumi? Bankumi is those who does not care about life, who does not remember anything. What they remember, what they care about is presently, what they can achieve or what they can eat that moment. Then life goes on. And as time goes on, I begin to study this particular language of yours that will refer some people, will refer some race in that contraction as people who does not care about anything. I remember, and I begin to calculate this, and I said, no, these people that we are referring as these people, as Bankumi, they are not truly the Bankumi people. We are the people who is that word referred to. I will tell you why. We always quickly to forget where our pen come from. One example here, in abroad, majority of us were suffering perpetual hardship back home. Maybe you, by a special grace of God, in one way or another, as nature may decide, you have access to privilege. Maybe you have some access of privilege or access or privilege to travel out of where you were suffering, Nigeria, because Nigeria is a camp of suffering. Then you escape and find yourself in abroad. As things began to go well, we are the people, we, the Easterners, the Biafrans, are the people who always quickly to forget our pain, which is very, very bad. Any people that you find this kind of character in them, they are, may I call it their survival or their security. Let me just make it this way. Their security is very, very difficult. Do you know why I say security? Because you need to remember where rain beat you, so that you will prepare that rain will never beat you again. You need to remember the kind of thing you went through in life, in order way to move with caution, so that such will not repeat itself again, or repeat itself where your children is. You will do everything in your reach to make sure that your children or those who are coming behind you will never experience such thing you went through in life. That what makes you a reasonable man. But this particular thinking, this particular critical thinking is not with us. We are not perfectly engaged in them. And that is why thing that is repeating itself continue to repeat itself in our land and generally in our midst. Those days, I remember, common criminal activities in our land was car snatching, robbery, house robbery. Those days, I remember, when group of criminals want to invade in Anambra, maybe one community in Anambra, they will write letter. How many of you remember this story? They will write letter, they will write letter and send to that particular place, that street they are coming to invade. They will say, drop, this street should gather 300,000. It happened in Aba. It happens in Imo State. It happened in Anambra. They will write letter and demand for 300,000, 200,000, 150,000, as case may be, that they are coming so day. And if they are, as God may say it, as God may have it, you find them coming that particular day. You know why I'm taking you back to this place? Just to remind you that anybody who is telling you that Nigeria can be sustainable and Nigeria is a country, tell that person to go behind you. Because imagine then in a country, that time, I'm talking about that those days, they will write a letter and say they are coming to this street. And behold, on that very day, you see them in their number, sometimes 50 robbers pump into the street, shooting up, bullet will be flying. At the end of the day, sometimes they will be knocking houses by houses. That's, they call it yard by yard. They will be going from yard by yard, knocking. You open the gate, you come out. They will rob everybody in that house. They will come out and enter another. This is how they will do until they finish the whole street. They go home. And the street who does not want that, they will prepare their money and keep. As soon as they enter, that money they demanded, they will hand it over to them. They will go. It happens in Aba, it happens in Imo State, it happens in Enugu, it happens in Ebonyi. This particular, it happens in River State, Cross River State and the River State. Nobody will deny that. No politician will deny that. No police officers, old police officers will deny that. It happens. Because do you know why I'm taking you back? It's not today that Nigeria government are beginning to give back up to criminal activity. It's not today. It has been a thing of the past. This I'm telling you now, it happens in Ibadan. It happens in Lagos. When they will invade one street in Lagos, they will write letter, they are coming. And every day, behold, they will come. And as they are coming, you will not hear police anywhere. You will not see police anywhere. You will not hear from police anywhere. If you call police officers or if you have a number of DPO to call, DPO will be asking you to go and on a safe place and they help them count how many they are. There is a place called Igondo in Yanoba Road. Those days, listen, those days, this didn't happen year 2006. I came home. I have traveled that time. I came back. I visited home. Then I was in that area midnight when robbers began to invade one street in that place. And I was in a hotel, one new build hotel there, in one street there, which I will not mention. I call a police officer. His name is Frank. is among the special squad of federal government of Nigeria. This is the federal squad, special federal squad. They don't work with states. They are the people monitoring police officers that who are corrupt. I picked my call. I called him. I say, my good friend, look at what is happening in this area where I am. He said I should wait. I waited. He returned the call. He said he had put call to DPO of that very Gondo police station. That DPO said that there is no vehicle to go for the operation, that the team have lead some operation going to side Ota. Then I asked, is there no police station in Abuleba or those areas to operate towards Ota? Because those people, they don't have right to do patrol there because there is station that covers that area. I said, what did they go there to do? That was what I asked that, my friend. What did they go there to do? He said, no. He said, I should wait. He said, you have to call his team. Those ones will come from First Stack. Look at First Stack, where First Stack is. Now they will come, and people are still operating in the people's houses. What I'm telling you, 1 hour, these people are still operating in that street, shooting up anyhow, until this particular special squad began to come. That was when these boys left the street. Do you know what I'm telling you now? After this operation, he went back. They went back. I met with them. They came into that hotel. All of us, we were there. We discussed. We spent a little time there. Then they left. After they left, in the morning, he said I should come and see him in the morning. After daybreak, I went there to go and see him. This one not say we all come back to that Igondo police station and asked, where is the DPO? DPO came out. A Yoruba man. He came out. Those federal squad, because they are more superior than him, they asked him to sit down. He sat down. They say they are here to interrogate him. In my presence, all of us were sitting down. We all do the introductions. As I am former uniform person, but now no more. They will begin to interrogate him. Those men begin to interrogate him. How come people will come spend going to 2 hours, nobody interrupt them in this area? Do you know what the DPO said? The DPO only responded that this is beyond his capacity. They asked him, what do you mean by beyond your capacity? Does it mean that you can't fish out the criminals that is in this environment, in this location? He said that those ones, they have Godfather. Before my eye, he said they have Godfathers. He said they have Godfathers. And he is trying to be very careful. That if they want to touch them, they will first of all have the opportunity or have the capacity to touch the Godfathers first. This is the country. This is a country. Do you call it country? Now, good. Do you know why I'm saying what I'm saying? If he had a conversation of Gento Yahoo, who is working with Simon Epa, where a guy were directing him how to kidnap his brother. I think most of you have come across that audio. Where the guy were directing him how to come and kidnap his brother. Then And before that audio, I have been telling some people, I say, there is no successful kidnapping that involves huge amount of money in Nigeria that police officers, army officers, or politicians who are influential in federal government that is not involved. I am coming. All of you should come down. I said that is not involved. Somebody argued that thing with me. I say, now I want to ask you, how much did they collect from Bishop with the Fulani kidnap in the East? 100 million. I say, did that 100 million come from wardrobe? From somebody's house, from wardrobe? Facebook have started their jangling. Okay, we're back again. So I ask question, I say, does the 100 million ransom paid by Bishop come from his wardrobe or one of his members' wardrobe? Or does that money come from bank? Did they withdraw that money from bank? The person could not answer that question. The person said, I just record. He said, I just asked important question. I said, okay, good. I said, because sometimes in this world, people just speak without thinking. I said, Bishop paid 100 million. And he confirmed it, he paid 100 million. How were that money lifted? Bank brought the money. And the money was handed over. And then any money that comes from bank has a serial number. Isn't it? The money has a serial number. With that serial number, is enough to track those who is involved. Is enough to track those who is involved. If it is a country. Now, they are not going to track wrong people. If I own a business, such money come into my business chamber. I took that money to bank. Bank will discover that yes, this money is one of the money they release for ransom. What the bank will do is, Oga, you are welcome. Your shop is located somewhere. Your business is located in some place. Good. That is why every business center, every business location here has a camera. You have to mount a camera in your shop. I am a businessman. The money that I took to bank will not affect me. What they will do now is to come to my shop and request for my surveillance camera that monitors everything that happens in that shop. I hand it over to the police. Police will go and get the person who counted that money and hand it over to me. He gets his picture. They will start to trace that person. If that person is traceable, or the person is a businessman also who is traceable, they will meet with him. They will not arrest. They will meet with him and say, invite him, come, we need you in our station. If that money was also counted and given to him, they will discover it. They will not take him back to his own business and see somebody who handed that money. Now they will take the surveillance camera of that person and trace and click on the system and find the person. Because everybody, if my face now, if you carry my picture now, show police in this country now. If you carry my picture now, go to police station and report me for anything. They will bring this picture, they will look at the picture, they will click it on the internet. As they click it on the internet, they will go to where they call photo resemblance automatic match on the system. They will click it. My real face will match with that my destiny. Then my information will come out. As soon as my information comes out, they will not take that information. That information is attached to where I live. Are you listening to me? That information is attached to where I work. Look at only my photo now. Only my photo now have get my information as a person, they will not come to my house. If they know the time I resume work in the morning and the time I left work in the afternoon, they will either they come to shop, to the working place, or they come to my house. They know my house already with my photo. They will come there and they ask me, did I have any business that anybody paid me, that they see me on camera pay somebody this money? Then that may be me. That criminal they are looking for may be me. Then if I don't have anywhere I can take that money from, which means I am one of those people who make the kidnapping. All those other businessmen, nothing concerns them. Their business they do. Now me that don't have any proof to say that this money was counted to me. Now I will now explain. Remember, that money cannot go to bank. They will not take me to my house. They will not keep me in the station after the interrogation. They go and obtain authorization for house searching. Judge will issue authorization for house searching immediately. They may come to my house and see the bundle of those money. Then that means they are succeeding in their finding concerning that kidnapping. Now in Nigeria, I am talking about little amount of money that involved in any kidnapping, which anybody can pay easily. But as far as you go to bank and tell them that we want to use this money for ransom, bank know they know the particular money to hand over to you. Then you call Nigeria a country. Gentle Yahoo were on conversation and tell somebody, does that person have ATM? Underline that language. Does he have ATM card? The brother said, yes, he may have. But he's not, but he may work. He said the man is a well-do person. He's his brother. They call his name Chinedu. But you know what I'm saying? That guy who have lead Gentle Yahoo to many people in their place, in their community, because this one, that Chinedu is his own family. But they have lead them to many people. They have lead them to many people that they kidnap in that community. But glory be to God, they have captured the guy. The guy have been captured. And that will be his end. Now, this particular person, we are asking him, does he have ATM card? And for the many people that have interaction concerning how they become victim of kidnap, like people who suffer this kidnapping, especially in Imo State and in Anambra and Enugu, I have spoken with some of them. I was interested to ask, how does this thing work? Because I want to prove something. That's why I keep quiet all this while. He said the other one said they took his ATM card and go and withdraw almost all the empty. He said they empty his account. I asked how much was in that account where they were withdrawing the money. He said they had 6 million and they emptied the whole money. Now, that was the one of 6 million. Then POS. What do people call it? POS. Those people, they say they do POS. They were transferring money. Somebody who operates POS operator. They will invite the person, the lady, inside the bush. She will use her POS and do the transfer of those money. Some of the victims complain, say, in their presence, they will use POS to be transferring the money. I asked, does POS connected to bank? They say yes. I say good. And some victims said they make call. They give them account number, and the money was transferred into the account. Money was transferred into the account they give to them. And they would have said, does the bank knew that somebody who hostage somewhere before? He said his wife told the bank about the incident, where the reason why they are doing such amount of transfer. I say good. I say, after your husband came out from their hand, and the man also spoke with me, I say, Oga, I think I'm having internet. I think I'm having an internet issue. Here. This is terrible, actually. So we are back again. Sorry for that breakup there. Sorry for that breakup. I signed a new contract of internet, and I don't know why this one is. I have to go back and meet them. So, as I was saying, I asked the man who is the victim after the wife complained, because the man came out. He has spoken with me as well. I asked Oga, when you were released and you come back to your house, did the bank that you bank your money, that transfer those money to the criminals, did they invite you? Did the bank invite you for something? Maybe did they invite you to show you something, some evidence? He said no. I said, did you write to the bank that you want to see them? He said yes, he make effort to see the bank manager. He said the bank manager is not around, that he traveled. But he's waiting for him to come back to hear from the bank manager. I became short of words. Now, let me tell you how functioning country used to do in such thing. That is when the bank has major work to deliver. In other words, to track down those criminals. It is bank that will do it. Bank, if Nigeria is not part and parcel of this crime going on, if the bank manager is not involved, the police head of that state is not involved, the security chiefs of those places are not involved, let me tell you, nobody can kidnap anybody and take 5 million from him. Maybe you can kidnap somebody and search the person, which is called picking pocket, or I might call it common robbery. The only thing you will succeed is you hold somebody like the one that is always happening also here in this developed world. Maybe they hold you ransom somewhere and take your credit card and buy what they want to buy immediately with your credit card, immediately when you are there. Or they search you and get money from you and spend the money. But anything that is going to involve any bank, even with the credit card own, they will also track them. Because as soon as they leave you, you go home. You go to the credit, you go to bank and tell them that you will hold ransom somewhere on so date. And they took your credit card and go and buy what they want to buy, and they brought it back to you and release you. Do you know what the bank will do? The bank will go to the system and see where they use that credit card to buy something. It will appear. The store will appear. They will go back. They will now send police to that store to go and check people who use this card so day. Police will go there and pick their faces and come. And as soon as they pick their faces and come, they confirm it that we are not the one who use it. So your complaint is right. Bank will refund the money. Whatever they spend in that shop, bank will refund that money into your card. You are not the one to lose that money. Bank will return the money into your card. Then police will begin to search for those faces they saw on that camera for arrest. Already, bank have already refunded you your money inside that account, inside that card. So how come in Nigeria somebody will go and put 100 million in his account? Bank will assign it, they will hand over to the Fulani or those who are kidnapping. They will hand over to then the person, bank will not refund the person the money. Then bank will not fight to track down the armed robber, the criminals. Are you following are you following the lecture? Well, what I'm telling you, most of you don't know how these things work. Any kidnapping that is involved up to 5 million upward, which somebody cannot bring cash from his house and drop, let me tell you something. Government is involved. Government is involved. When they kidnap Akwakoko, how much did he pay? 300 million. Government is involved. So the question here is, do you know where I took you back? The common criminal activity those days before this kidnapping now began. Before they now see that kidnapping is more, to them, is more easier and more cooperative by the security personnel than physical armed robbery. Do you remember those days? After street invading for robbery, massive street robbery, the other common crime that time is bank robbery, which all of us experience. You will see on a day break like this, some group of men will land, invade a bank. They will rob bank. They will stand like 30 minutes, 40 minutes on the road. They will block the whole road, run back. Those days, do you know how many bank managers that officers were able to track down, that give them information about the bank to come and rob the bank? Do you know how many bank managers that were sentenced? Some of them served 15 years, some of them 20-something years, some of them 25 years. Some of them, do you know now that most of those bank managers that were arrested that time for involvement, for information to come and rob the bank which they are managing, do you know that most of them now are not inside that prison? I'm asking all of you, but you know, people are not asking. That's why I say, when journalism die in a country, that country is dead. Nigeria journalism have died. But what I'm doing today is work of journalists. Journalists supposed to be going from prison to ask and follow cases up. Do you know that most of those bank managers are not in prison anymore? They have released all of them. Do you know? Most of them today have entered into politics. Most of them, I am telling you the gospel truth, the information I just got. Most of them have been released. Most of them today are local government chairmen. Most of them today are senators. Most of them are State House of Assembly members. Most of those bank managers that was arrested with a substantial evidence of their involvement with armed robbers who came to rob that bank and the life, sometimes life will be lost in that bank. Most of them today are politicians. That is sitting on your fear as a country. Surprisingly, that's what they told me in Oyo State, that he is one of the representative, federal representative House of Assembly. And I knew when he was arrested after the robbery of Wima Bank, Sango, Ibadan. And the life that was lost that very day, up to 10 lives were lost, straight bullet hit people. Today, he is a House of Rep member representing Oyo State. So, why am I saying what I'm saying? Now, remember that time when you caught some of those criminals who went for a bank robbery, because sometimes they used to be caught. When you caught them and surround them during the interrogation or torture, that time is torture. Nigeria doesn't do interrogation. Nigeria is torture. That's time when you hang them, they will tell you is chief so person. They will tell you is the bank manager, Mr. So that give them information and give them the time. Most of our Igwes, we are sponsoring this criminal. They will ask them who is their sponsor. That was when I knew that armed robbers has sponsors. There are people who sponsor anywhere they want to go and rob. Maybe they need to mobilize all these what they call it, logistics. They call it logistics. You sponsor for the logistics of that operation. Those who sponsor for logistics has their own percentage. Let's assume after that operation, if they make 40 million, the person who sponsored the logistics maybe spent 1 million, you spend 2 million. That was when I know, when that one armed robber that time, we asked him, what are this logistics money for? He said they used to use it to settle DPO first, DPO of the area they are going to operate. Then they will settle some other patrol team leader that will be covering that area. Say they used to settle them. Say they used to settle. He begin to name where and where they will settle. We say, really? Say yes. That is how they operate. Now, if you listen to gentle Yahoo voice, you will find out that now all the successful kidnapping he have done so far in the name of Biafra freedom, you find out that police is involved working with him. You find out that the army is involved working with him. You find out that the politicians is involved working with him. How did I say that they are working with him? Bank managers and the bank workers are not far away of this problem as well. So bank now is working hand to hand with the kidnappers, like they used to work hand to hand with armed robbers then. So now they have seen armed robbery as more difficult or more dangerous to engage. Now they find kidnapping as more easiest. Now bank now is involved in this business. Politicians is involved. Security agencies are involved in this particular business. Now, if you go and see what is happening, the new revelation about Atonze. In the back of headquarters of police, they went there and built camp for Funanis. And somebody was kidnapped and paid money. At the end of the day, those people went into action. Not that those people went into action. IPOB went into action. After making the traces, they found out that is where the money entered, because one of the bundle of the money came out there. Now look at the police. Look at where they went and hide kidnappers at the back of police station. And that is involved. So is that the country that you people want to live in, where you are not, your safety is not guaranteed? Is that the country you want to live in and raise your children? And maybe if you join your ancestors, you'll be happy leaving your children behind, knowing fully well that their life is not secured in that particular place called Nigeria. Is that the country you want to operate and leave your children behind when you join your ancestors? I think something is wrong with all of us. When I said this thing 2 years ago, immediately Mazi and Kanu was kidnapped and rendition, I said, these things that these people are doing, autopilot are doing, kidnapping people, collecting ransom in the name of freedom fighting, I say politicians is involved. Without politicians, they cannot succeed in collecting one kobo from anybody. Let me tell you something. If you doubt what I am telling you now, form a group of 5 and kidnap somebody and keep somebody somewhere and ask that person to give you ordinary 100,000 naira. I am not, don't go to 200, don't go to 1 million. Just for a good experiment, just catch somebody now and say, we are holding this person, then get in touch with the family and say, until you pay 100,000 naira. 100,000 naira, anybody can easily give it out in Nigeria. And if you want to doubt what I'm telling you, give them account number to transfer that 100,000. Like what is going on? Like what is going on with especially this gentle Yahoo? Most of his money, he transfer it to account. Who are you? Which people are you fooling? This is politicians in operation. Politicians have chosen to create insecurity in our land. This is security agencies and the police and the politicians are the one using these boys. If you doubt what I'm telling you now, just kidnap somebody and say, give us 100,000. Just get in contact with the family and say, until you pay 100,000 and look at the account number. Give that account number, let the family transfer that money. Then you go and withdraw that money successfully. Let me see you. Go and, as far as this report get to police, you will know that Nigeria police is working. But do you know where they have not been working for millions and the millions that have been moved out through kidnapping? Because they are involved. Army officer was caught in Abuja because he kidnapped a wrong person. Their group kidnapped a wrong person. And they took him to court. When he was confessing in the court in Abuja, what did he say? He said the salary the federal government are paying are nothing. You cannot even use it to even survive. Talk less of somebody that has family. He said this is what they are doing now to train their family. An army officer. This is not up to 3 months that this thing happened. When he was confessing, the other security agencies that brought him to court said, court. Judge is supported and said, camera stop. And do you know what they did? Everybody that were covering that case, they took all their devices and wiped it out. That was the reason why you didn't see that on the internet. Because he wanted to go more. He wanted to begin to confess how they are doing it, how they are managing to do it. If you leave him bank manager, it will involve bank manager who is working with them, or involve bank workers. If he's not a manager, it must be a senior worker in the bank who is working with them. So who are you fooling? There is nothing that is going on in the East concerning kidnapping that is not championed by our politicians. Our politicians are the reason kidnapping is going on. Look at where Fulanis have been driving away for the insecurity they are causing and the damage they are causing to people's land. Look at where Atonze is the one hiding them, and the security agencies have confirmed it, that most of victims of kidnapping in the East are being dumped there. But they can't do anything. He said they cannot. Let me play the thing. Let me come. Let me play this. Let me play. I am coming for the court for that shameful engagement that Ejimako have chosen to engage. I'm coming to explain to people about that court. That court they went, that nonsense court they went.
No, high school class of 90. Okay, now. Okay, I'm going to make this voice message in response to this post about Ipob reaction that was on my Gabon post. When I make this post, I'm going to go again as I'm making this voice message now. And I'm not going to follow if I expect now the possible in Anambra State. I am fully another. Anyway, some operatives of the vigilante group, one of their commander, one connect, all of friends. So, in the process of my discussion with him, the guy was going no more about anything na find a cool Fulani headsman. Now one of the problem and threat I face in this area. When I see that I thought even during the Soludo, during the former governor Obiano era, now the Southeast governors meet where I got a decision even family in Tola that it is illegal for Fulani people to be heading cows in the Southeast. How many the guy will promise this night? Now I come on up and I have an arrangement following this night with Gosim. If anyone over there. So, to my greater surprise, when around 11 p.m. this night, or Friday, I joined them. We're gathering in Uguay. Just MLA RCC, that were not construction content. Their construction site na Enugu that express road, Enugu express road, very close to Zone 13 headquarters, police headquarters. Near that RCC construction content by the right, a crossover, a full Zone 13, police Zone 13 headquarters. Then a full Dunukofia local government headquarters. So, a manner behind this place, just very close to that Zone 13, police Zone 13 headquarters. These guys are from Nabanya, where Gosim. ebe a camp for Fulani herdsmen. Their numbers to uncountable. If you driver, it runs into thousands. Now they are female. They just created a community for them. If I brought a call, I call even know whoever we think young nabo for Nabania. So I will go see the team. And then I join. I'm very, very shocked to be seeing this thing. And I'm on such a team that exists in Anambra State. Do you know what they told me? Now I know when I live at risk in this environment. Man, they can't do anything. You see how why? I say because now you have to involve atheism. But now atheism, we have created that place for the Fulani herdsmen to be their place of residence, and they don't know when they protect them. So now, without him, they can do anything. But now, they're ready to strike and sack them from that place. Now, after with the protection, the people win. So to me, when I say so, now this thing I go about after working for. Working against the interest and the security of Ndibo is truth. I don't know the reality there. Now, if I were a big threat, call to this place, now I cannot have if I had due to the political interest and protection the people want. So, whenever how safe.
Do you people listen to what he said? That area he said that the security agencies that took him to that place said they tied down. That does not know that is not that for those who are not listening, who cannot understand it, is saying that the security agency says that it's not that they don't have the capacity to strike where these Fulanese are camping at the back of that station, and they move them out of that place. Because they say their existence there is the cause of insecurity and all the criminal activity that's going on within that axis. But they say, Atonze, we cannot do anything because of Atonze. Atonze is the one protecting them because of political career. He was the one that handed over to that place to them. He was the one that created that place for them. Are you listening? When I said that the politician in our land has a mission, and their mission is very simple. Only if you understand the mission. So I think we are back again. This, I'm very sorry, I'm having serious problem today on the internet. I don't know why. So, as I was saying, this is how they create insecurity, because insecurity is another pattern of defrauding the government. You know, any money that channel or given out for insecurity purpose has no account. Many of you don't know. Yeah, internet is disturbing me very, very well today. I don't know. I will resolve it later. So many of you don't know that security fund is the reason for insecurity in the East. This is exactly what was done in the North by the elders of the North. And look at how criminals hijack North, terrorists hijack North, bandits hijack North. This is exactly how they created it. I said, with that IPOB, our politician could have our land could have been worse. This thing we were saying that Funanis, because Atonze have his own Funani, Ojuso Karo has his own Funani. This is exactly how the politicians in the North have it. Each politician in the North has their own group of Funani they are operating in the North with. If you have worked with Nigerian government in the times of security, you will understand what I'm saying. All the whole senators in the North has their own, everybody has their own group of criminals. This is how they make money, apart from the one they are defrauding from government directly. And this is what our politicians from Biafra land have gone to learn from their colleague in the North. And they want to bring this blessedness back home. So, and the IPOB now stand as an obstacle. That's why I say God loves the people of the East. Sometimes when I see people say God does not exist, I look at them and laugh. When God loves a particular race, He will always save them at the appointed time. IPOB came at the right time. Because all those own have his own in Olopanta. They have built his own empire there. Those that will be killing the people and give him some organ for use. Only God knows what he want to use it for. Atonze has his own in Anambra. Rochas Okrocha has his own in Imo State. And not only Rochas Okrocha, other politicians have their own in Imo State. And look at what is happening that time in Abia State. Most of politicians have beginning to run to North. So they have seen that. So if Ojuso Okaro succeed, other one will go and bring their own group. And this is how the northern Hausas elders, this is exactly the behavior they carried out against their own people until they were all wiped out and finally dominate them. This is exactly what these people called Eastern politicians wanted to do, if not for IPOB. They are finding it difficult a little bit now because IPOB is everywhere, discovering everywhere. Emeka once uses one of his compound to train armed men. How can an individual use his compound to train armed men? Who are those armed men that IPOB discovered a long time ago and he moved them out of that place? He uses an individual who is not a president, who is not a governor, using his compound to train armed men. Who are those armed men? Do you see the kind of insecurity that these people wanted to cause in the East? If not for IPOB. They are not telling themselves the truth. Kidnapping can stop through banking. Through the bank operators, kidnapping cease. Kidnapping can stop if the DPOs are not involved. The security agencies in the state are not involved. Nobody will succeed in kidnapping anybody and taking any money. They are involved. I told you the one that these people, this developed country, all these whites used to do. Common that somebody is holding you ransom, maybe those that used to go club. I've seen somebody that a woman lured him. You never know that that girl is among all those bad guys. A woman lured him out, and he was with his credit card. Where the girl said, "Wait for me," he was there waiting for me. Some boys surround him and marched him into their vehicle and took him to ghetto. He was in that ghetto. They took his card to start buying things. They went outside far away and bought something, very huge things. I know what they buy many things until that card finished. And they came back and took his phone. The communication he has with the girl, they took that phone, they released him. After they released him, he went to bank and said, "Look at what happened to me." This one now, no police was involved. He went to bank and said, "Look at a girl called him this and that, this, that. He went and keep appointment with the girl only for some guys to surround him. The bank it was the bank that told him that. They say where he was waiting for the girl, some group of boys came there and picked him up. The bank was the one that told him that that girl you are communicating is the one that set you up. That such thing exists. They said he should give them the information of his document. He gave them. They enter system. Then print out from the system. The supermarket which they took that carton, that credit card to go and do shopping. The supermarket appear. They told him, "Don't worry, you can go." He went home. After a few days, he returned the day they asked him to return. They give him another card, restore the whole money. That is exactly that money they return it back. They said they have handed the pictures and the video of those people to police. Say very soon police will catch them. Say you should go. The money was refunded to him. Those who live in abroad will tell you what I'm talking about. This is what they call security. That money was returned back to him. As far as they went there and see that he was not the one, he's telling the truth, he's not the one that spent it. They asked, the police now later came and they interrogated the guy. Where is the name you are communicating with? Where is the number? They said, where is the number he is using? He said, don't have the number of the girl of it. So, okay, where is that number you are using? He gave them the number that he was using. They enter system. They retrieved. They went to the company network and retrieved the number. Police enter system and see their communication and see everything. They see everything. So what are we talking about? The late Abacha once said, he said, if insecurity lasts more than 60 days, that the government is involved. So Abacha said it. It's like what is happening in Imo State. What is happening in Imo State is politicians using the gullible youth to kill themselves in Imo State in the name of the guy. Imagine somebody they will catch. He say he join ESN 2022. When do you join ESN? The other one say 2023. The picture of a criminal that everybody saw. Hope Uzodinma forgot that he have used the same guy. He have paraded the same guy some times ago. He now repackaged the guy and reparade the guy again to mention the name of IPOB. He never knew that internet, he never forgot. Only for IPOB to go and bring the video of the guy when he was paraded as a rapist. He went and steal and rape somebody. And they asked him, when did you join? He say he is a commander. When did you join the ESN? Mistakenly. Maybe they did not lecture him well. He said 2002. Who is your coordinator? Or who is a measure one of the criminals? I think one of them, that one have died. This autopilot, he say, and these people are nowhere, they are not member of IPOB, they are not anything. So that is why you see, what I find out in Nigeria is so dangerous that the rich ones does not need peace for the average people who are living there. Look at how Atoeze is going. If he's going, it's like where even the Russia president don't have the kind of squad of security Atoeze has. Russia Federation president don't have such. You'll be asking yourself, what is these people? What is the mission of these people in this land? Where an individual will be coming out, the security personnel that is following the politician. Because I don't want to use this country to do example, because they don't. President, how many convoys follow president here? If you have been where the president of Brazil come to visit, you will know that there is something they call perfect security. His convoy is always five vehicles only. 5 vehicles only. And after 5 vehicle, ambulance with other small vehicle, making it 5. With his own total 5. But in that environment, come there. In that environment, just put hand for pocket and bring something like iron out. That will be your end. In that environment, I am telling you, as that place is, those people you see put hand inside their jeans. Those people you see carrying bag like somebody who is coming from work. As far as he's around there, anybody you see they are standing there is fully armed. If he shake head, they blow your head off. As soon as he left there, as soon as that 5 vehicle with the official security are looking at following him, he thinks that they are only ones. Those ones standing on the bus stop, on that environment, those ones standing in the bus stop, the ones doing like they are buying market in the supermarket, the ones doing it, they are all security, they are monitoring everything. As soon as he left, everybody will disappear. The area will be empty again. You begin to realize that those people standing here at that time, everywhere was busy. So all these people are part of the security too. But look at them. When they are going everywhere, convoy, because they know what they have created. They know what they have established in their own land. The same pattern of the northern politicians. So that is it for the area of this kidnapping. Now, I posted something that came from IPOB. Let me read it out so that people will understand what we are doing. Let me read this thing out. I don't know the mission of our Lord Ejimakor. I keep on saying it. You know, when Mazi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya and the extraordinary rendition, there was question that was raised then that nobody today nobody could answer that question. But at the end of the day, the leadership have the real reality which they keep to themselves, and that is exactly what makes them leader. I strongly believe that they have gotten the real person our leader were communicating with. Because two things that Stefania Joffo reviewed. He said he was communicating with somebody and he was going to airport to pick somebody. Then the question raised, who is that person he was going to pick? Before those people surround him on the car park and they kidnap him. Who was that person and who is he communicating steadily with when he was in Kenya? That was two questions that was raised. Then the identity of that person he was going to pick from airport, we are not reviewed. Isn't it? Fine. Have you had any time Aloy Ejimakor dabble into that particular matter that Stefania Joffo were able to dangle? Have you seen Aloy Ejimakor even trying to go that area? That's the question you will ask yourself. Then if not, why is he avoiding that area? Have you heard Aloy Ejimakor talk about Interpol not being involved in Mazi Kanu extraordinary rendition, which the head of Interpol of Nigeria have openly said it? As a lawyer, have you heard him damble that area? But Mike Ezoko may have boldly entered that area. That is true. Now, this is the case I want to educate Biafrans on. Update on Ipob appeal against its prescription here today in Abuja, 30 April 2024. Please, okay, let me answer the call. Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I didn't want to. All I'm trying to interrupt you, the program, and folks at the time. That area you were going up.
Hello?
I was going to ask you to sing it, ma'am. Can you hear me, right?
Yeah, okay. Just raise the voice a little bit up, please.
Yeah. So as I was saying, I didn't want to interrupt you, your later program.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, after seeing some support, whether going to boss or what, said that we were not involved. We were not involved in picking up of Mazi. So my question is, why coming out at this time? And of course, remember when
Mazi, stay, reposition yourself where people can hear. The thing is not coming out. Okay. It's fading. Your voice is fading.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Maybe you are using earphone before.
See, what I was saying is, what I was saying is, now that this thing is coming out, why is this thing coming out now after 3 years? Why is the Interpol making mention that they're not involved in this kidnapping? Because we know when they brought him back, he went on the station and he was like, and of course we posted that one on Facebook. So I wanted to see, what's your input, your explanation, based on that. Like, why is this thing coming out at this time? But that's what I wanted to hear from you.
Okay. So, why is it coming out now? I strongly believe there is something that is fishing, because there is something that is fishing somewhere. Because, like I said earlier, you can never handle Mazi. This is why they are dribbling on Mazi and the Kanu case. They can never properly handle Mazi and the case. Even that time, that's why I said the judge that said Mazi and the Kanu discharged and acquitted, and nobody should entertain that case anymore or anywhere. Do you know what? That judge was helping the Nigerian government. I've said this till that time. I said that judge who discharged Mazi and the Kanu without requesting for the perpetrators of that particular kidnapping and the extraordinary rendition. What the judge were doing is, that judge wanted to save Nigeria government from shame. And because if you watch the statement of the judge, the conclusion of the discharge and acquitted, he said Mazi and the Kanu is hereby discharged and acquitted, and there is no court of law should entertain the case of this man, Mazi and the Kanu again. Do you know why he put it that way? The judge did it so that Mazi and the Kanu will not have any chances of going further to seek for justice. About his case. That is why that judge concluded the case and sealed it with no court within Nigeria should entertain that case anymore. I call somebody, I say, this judge is also defending Nigeria government. If he want to give justice to Mazi and the Kanu, he will give justice by requesting the perpetrators of that particular journey. Who are the people who brought Mazi and the Kanu to Nigeria? Where is the flight? Who owned that private jet that brought him back to Nigeria? Or the owner of the private jet should have been involved. The pilot will be involved. The people that went for the journey, all of them will be involved. And all these people, they will be all arrested and detained. And they face the law. If the judge who discharged Mazi and the Kanu really want to give Mazi and the Kanu justice, but he doesn't want to give Mazi and the Kanu justice. The judge now boycotts, and that's what they call judgment of ambushing. What that judge did was he ambushed Mazi and the Kanu on the IPOB. He ambushed him and cut everything off and said, you are hereby discharged and acquitted, and no court will entertain the case. But due to the hatred that is in the heart of the people and the game that the politicians want to play against Mazi and the Kanu, they went and now put themselves more in a mess. Let me tell you, for all of you, if anybody is entertaining Mazi and the Kanu case without asking for those that brought Mazi and the Kanu to Nigeria, the case is not properly handled. Go and ask anybody. You don't start. They say, okay, this tree. We don't want existence of this tree in this environment. Now you go and carry a doma. You just cut the tree from up, and you forget that tree has a root down there. What will happen? Rain will fall. Highest in the next 6 months, the tree will spring up another distance and start refreshing and be growing again. But when you say you don't want this thing, you dig it down from the root. You dig the root, pull it, you pull the tree. That will be the end of existence of that tree within that spot. But what the judge did, he wanted to cheat on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's why he said, you are hereby discharged and acquitted. But the foolish politicians, because of what they think they can do, they went and rubbed themselves the mud again on their face. After that particular judge have wiped away their shame. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu could have come out, he wanted to go for further, he wanted to go and seek for justice on how he was kidnapped. That is how they will throw away his petition. Anywhere he submitted, they will say, you were discharged and acquitted, and this thing was pronounced in Nigeria court, that no court will entertain your case again. And there's nothing Mike Ezekome will do. There's nothing but Stephen Ejiofor will do, because that was the pronunciation of the judgment of judge in a court of appeal. If you take it to Supreme will say, we cannot entertain your case, because your case was justified and sealed and signed. If you have any other charges out of the extraordinary reduction that you suffered, you can bring it up. But this case of Kenya, we cannot entertain it. If you want to entertain it, you can take it outside Nigeria. And anywhere he took it to, that is where they will start. That will even, they will tell you, this case was entertained in Nigeria, and this was the outcome of the judgment. So I think you should forget about this case. That's what even experts in the law will tell him, forget about the case. Withdraw the case. That judge was the person who crippled you from moving forward from this case. But because Nigerians, look at how they messed themselves up. After that, they start blackmailing Mike Ezekome, start blackmailing Ifeanyi Ejiofor. In other words, to switch in the man who has the knowledge of what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the man who have committed himself in one way or another. Now look at the shame they went and suffered today. After reading this thing, I will tell you the reason why the Court of Appeal did not entertain this case, because that is how it worked. I think he says he's a lawyer. He studied law. Alo Dejimako is the most. I see that man. That's why I said not to speak good English. Good English does not make you a wise man or make you a knowledgeable man. I keep on saying it. English is the most useless language of useless people. It's a language of morons. English is a language of morons, non-entities who has nothing to offer. I'm telling you, it's when we are small, we think that English is anybody who speaks English has wisdom. As I was growing, at the point of time when I have traveled many places, I see the Chinese speaking their Chinese language, see the Indians speaking their own, see everybody focusing on their own language. They don't care about English. And I realized that we are gone. I said, no wonder stupidity we wear stupidity as a garment in the name of we are speaking English. Stupidity now become the order of the day in the midst of us. Now read it. Update on the Ipob appeal against its prescription. Reviewed today in Abuja, 30/4/2024. It is a disgraceful outing today in a court of appeal by the enemies of our people, who thought that blackmail and the greedy for money can help them to destroy Ipob. Today being the 30th day of April 2024, the Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja delivered ruling on the application filed by Machuku Ume San and the Alloy Ejimako as follows. The application filed by Alloy Ejimako to join Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in appeal challenging the prescription of Ipob was refused and dismissed by the Court of Appeal. Do you know why it was refused and dismissed? Was Alloy Ejimako was he the one that filed for the application? The answer is no. So Alloy Ejimako don't have knowledge that if no proper handover of any suit by the former applicant of the law of the application to the court, so you don't have the knowledge that no judge will entertain the case which another lawyer presented without hearing, because now that case was not heard when Mike Ezokome and Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor were handling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case. They filed for application challenging the prescription of IPOB in appeal court. While Alloy Ejimako ran back to Enugu, do you remember that time? Ran back to Enugu and filed the same thing. And within the Enugu Eastern region, the politicians give the judgment, striking away that prescription of IPOB as a terrorist organization as illegal. That job was done by the politicians. You know why they did it? That was when they were working hand to hand with Alloy Ejimako. It was called audio. That is why you see IPOB is so intelligent. That's what leadership told you, that when people were calling. So does it mean now that IPOB is not facing any risk? I heard Mazi Nnamdi said it on Radio Biafra. He said, until the copy of that judgment is handed over to IPOB, that Alloy have delivered his message as the case had been won, but the copy of that judgment have never get to the IPOB leadership hand. Is it not what Mazi Nnamdi answered on Radio Biafra? And he said everybody should tread with care. Don't go out there and endanger your life in the name of you have won the case against prosecution of IPOB. Now, let me tell you something. Until now, Alloy Ejimako did not bring the copy of that judgment. Till today, as I'm talking to you, I am standing now, we are still on the 30th day of April 2024. Alloy Ejimako did not provide the copy of that judgment. To tell you, that was a game. It was a game. Now I move. Second, application for stay of execution of order proscribing IPOB filed before the Court of Appeal by Ejiofor since 2018 was not ruled upon or decided by the justices of the Court of Appeal, because according to justices, that application was never moved by either Machuku, Ume, San, or Alloy Ejimako. Explain, have he come in now or not? Let me read it again for your own understanding. He said the application was never moved by either Machuku, Ume, San, or Alloy Ejimako. That was the reason for refuse of hearing or entertaining that particular suit, which Alloy and his team went for today to sit, because he was not the one that moved the application initially. And this application were not handed over to him by officially by Barrister Ejiofor or Mike Ezekomi. So the people who move the application are the people who have the right to entertain that's the same application in a court by judge. That is, it's like a, how would I call it, a civil engineer. For those of you who are civil engineer, it's like a civil engineer. You hold a contract for building. You have started the building. Then suddenly, without termination of your contract by the owner of the project, suddenly, another engineer appeared. And they asked the workers of the former engineer that he is now in charge. That the workers those laborers should work with him. Those laborers will not work with him. The laborers will walk away and allow him to do. And the former engineer, there must be a proper agreement and proper handover. The owner must pay discharging money before the new civil engineer will hand over that building. If not, that building will remain there until proper thing is done. Do you see it now? So how then somebody who called himself an educated person went to entertain a suit that he never moved into court? Then what is he going to defend? What did he know that he's going to defend about illegal prosecution of IPOB? What exactly did the alloyed knew that he's going to defend? Alloyed is a 419. It's a 419. Well-known 419. That is why when he discovered Yusuf in Finland, aka Berima, when he discovered him, he chose to work with him because that was his mission. Alloyed Ejimako told somebody, is it 2016 or 2017, that he Alloyed Ejimako, with this Biafra movement, that he will be able to remove 1.2 million US dollar from IPOB. That the person should help him sponsor his law school, and the person did. I don't want to come on media to be saying something about our law. I look at our law and I say, this is where criminality ends. This is the history of criminality. This is where it ends. I love the Ejimako. So that is why he couldn't work with the leadership of IPOB, because he know that those ones doesn't entertain fraud. They don't entertain greed. They don't entertain scam. So he now discovered the easiest way where he will accomplish his mission. Alloyed Ejimako. I'm talking about Alloyed Ejimako. If he said that what I'm saying is lie, let him come out and challenge me. What I'm telling you is solid. I don't come on media and say something. What I'm saying now, he will be shocked. I say, so does this person now revealed what they have in secret? Alloyed Ejimako. Do you know that the Alloyed Ejimako is the reason why the Igbo politicians who were eager to entertain and they entered into Mazi and Kanu case, because it came to a time, some of them now realize that if they allow the Fulani and the Britain to succeed on Mazi and Kanu by rubbishing or let injustice trade on Mazi and Kanu, that the thing will affect everybody. Because let me tell you how injustice works. If you hate me and I am right, and somebody came and intimidate me, don't think that intimidation will stop. It will stop by me. Because you are clapping when he was doing it. After he succeed on me, he give him support. He's coming for you. And when he's coming for you, that is how other people will be clapping. Then all of you are endangering yourselves. So it came to a time politicians now realize that no. And they wanted to work, they were interested in working with Mazi, Mike Ezekome and Barrister Joffo, because these are the two trusted people. Immediately, Alloyd entered. Most of these politicians, they said it open. They say Alloyd, we know Alloyd as a criminal. So what IPOB, our leader of indigenous people of Biafra, for accepting Alloyd. So which means this man is somehow participating in criminality. That was what one of the politicians said. He said for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu not to. Say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is he going to tell him that he is naive of the record of Alloyd Ejimako? That them, the politicians and the federal government of Nigeria knew the record of Alloyd Ejimako. What I'm telling you now is purely truth. Now, have you had our brother from Abia State, have you had, how long have you had Ejinaya talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Have you asked question why? Where is the politician, other politicians from Anambra talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu then? Have you asked why suddenly silent? The people, there are some other powerful businessmen, successful businessmen who were interested in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case. What, have you asked yourself why sudden silent? Have you asked yourself why sudden silent? The sudden silent is Alloyd Ejimako. They knew him, they knew his record. Alloyd Ejimako is somebody that even politicians don't trust him. He can betray anybody at any time. This is why he went to national television and the Biafra's weakness against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. By telling you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told him to hold a relationship with Simon Ekpa. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never say things like that, because these are the one of things that the madam went there to, because all these things have to dig it out. Did you say something? No. So how come Alloyd Ejimako lied against the man that is incommunicado? Alloyd Ejimako told somebody that with this move of Biafra, that you'll be able to remove $1.2 million from IPOB. That the person should help him pay for his law school. And the person paid. This is why when the case is now, you now find out, oh, this is the opportunity I'm talking about. Let me blackmail these people. Let me blackmail them and frustrate them so that they will give way, so that I will. And when they find out that leadership can never give him that money, that's why you now join body with a Berima. All those things he said Berima doing on the media, talking about referendum, talking about cryptocurrency, talking about Biafra banking. These are the Alloyd Ejimako idea given to Berima with Tony Nnamdi. Tony Nnamdi and Alloyd Ejimako is the chief engineer of Berima. They are the people writing script and handed over to him. Now I continue the reading. So you the second year, I finished the second. He said, okay, Biafran, take note. This is coming from IPO. Biafrans, take note of this. Alloyd Ejimako and his associate Mandela, who were earlier in the court, absconded from courts where the ruling were being delivered. Alod Ejimako, however, instructed a strange lawyer to hold his brief. The lawyers that appeared on behalf of Machuku Ume did not know what they were in the court to do, and that they were representing IPOB, who is an applicant to the motion ruling was being delivered on. Even they didn't know that they are going to defend IPOB. That's the worst thing. So when the judge asked, where are they here? They were looking at each other. This one we are looking at, and this one we are looking at. Yeah. I told IPOB the mission of Alod Ejimako. The mission of Alod Ejimako is to bastardize IPOB and rubbish everything that concerns IPOB and get Mazi and Kanu implicated. This is his mission of Alod Ejimako. Many people don't know this, but I have to tell you the gospel truth. Then can no longer hide the type of disgraceful outing from IPOB, because we are keeping constant watch over their sordid activities. IPOB leadership has been waiting for any of those lawyers to tell the world what happened today in the Court of Appeal, but the day is over and they are yet to brief IPOB worldwide what happened in the Court of Appeal. Those who are using Ipob as a venture to make money and build fame should know that time is running out on them. Time is running out on them. This message is coming from IPOB umbrella. So I want to ask Biafrans, I think we have something to do in terms of profiling solution to something that seems sometimes difficult. To me, Alod Ejimako is nobody. I'm telling you honestly, it's true. Alod Ejimako is nobody. I think it's the time that we should place embargo on Alod Ejimako. One, Mazi Kanu is the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. Is the leader of IPOB till tomorrow. And if you're a leader, the people you are leading also have authority towards the leader as well. Why the leader has the superior authority towards the leader, towards the people that is leading. Sorry to say. I think it's time IPOB should exercise our authority towards our leader. Because that is how the leader, that is how governance work. Because this is why when you are a governor or a president, you have superior power over all the security agencies and the lawmakers of the country. They call it veto power, veto. Why those lawmakers as well have the authority, have the power say against you, towards you as well? Then if you are making a mistake as a president, the people will exercise their authority on you. In other words, to draw your brain back and correct you. But if the president is doing properly well, everything is accurate, he has the power also to dish out for the body of the government, which is included the lawmakers. Let me tell all of you, If we keep folding our hand or looking at alloyed with rubbish Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I am telling you the gospel truth. Take it to spirit, take it to human, take it to heaven, take it to under Bennett. Alloyed will end up rubbishing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because that is the mission. Whoever that is bankrolling him, this is the mission they handed over to him. Get everything bastardized, get everything destroyed. Let me see who will now. Because now, no lawyer, because of Alloy Ejimako, where he have damaged things, the level, the damage he have done, no lawyer want to. I will tell you many lawyers in Nigeria who said Alloy is not a lawyer. He's a 419 lawyer. He said fraudsters use him. Therefore, anything he have put case, he said Alloy have rubbished many things, so they are not interested. Many lawyers, professionals, well-studied sounds have studied and said Alloy have destroyed many things, and the Nigerian government is holding a very powerful evidence against Alloy. Nigerian government is holding a very powerful evidence against Alloy Ejimako. And Alloy is trying, he want to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a scapegoat. Now, another thing I want all of you to open your eyes to. Alloy, is he going to entertain a case being filed by Mike by Stefan since 2018 that Nigerian government suspended without entertaining that case, without hearing the case? Alloy Ejimako, is he going to stand to defend IPOB against the illegal proscription in Abuja after he went to national television and said the followers of Simon Ekpa is not different from the followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? You people don't know what is going on. Why he with a short memory? Most of people have forgotten when he said this word on national television. Is he the man now, this kind of man, that will go and defend the illegal proscription of IPOB as a terrorist organization? Or is it a man who have come out severally on Radio Biafra, on interview, and said Simon Ekpa is a criminal? He is not representing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Which of these men should represent in the court? Is he the one that said that Simon Ekpa followers are not different from Nnamdi Kanu followers? So which means Nnamdi Kanu is Simon, Simon is Mazi Nnamdi. That is exactly what it testifies against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is that false witness that the Nigerian government were trying to buy Ijele and buy outside the board to come and testify. Alloy Ejimako collected the money and he volunteered himself to do that job, and he did it very perfectly. So is he the man that will now come on air or go to court and defend the same thing he has testified against? Oh Lord, may God help you. May God help us, Biafrans. In conclusion of this broadcast, Alloy Ejimako must be removed. All of us must stand up and tell him, we don't want to see you around our leader again. Then we give our leader condition. If But the therefore have made up their mind, or Michael have made up their mind not to entertain Nnamdi Kanu case because of insult they receive. It's okay. After all, the case have ended. You people don't know how to handle issue. I know the Jimako should go and sit down. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should remain in there. If no lawyer want to entertain anything, we don't need anything because the case have won. Let Nigeria government keep on feeding him there, keeping him and feeding him there. Until the day they say, oh, we will obey the court of appeal. They leave. Earlier we stop our Lord Ejimako, better for all of us. Let our Lord Ejimako go out of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and go and answer his query of his participation on the crime, kidnapping, sharing of money, and the threatening that they are threatening people to pay, and those people, and he was the one going to collect that money. And those places he went to collect that money, then the other one planted camera on the hotel. He told the hotel management to plant camera on Alloyd. They planted the camera. Alloyd entered there. He settled Alloyd. Alloyd moved away with the money. Camera picked it. The man took the disc and put for himself. So all these things is being submitted to federal government. So Alloyd running around Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, trying to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a scapegoat, and all of us is watching. It's not a good thing. It's time we push him out so that he will go and face whatever he have with Nigeria government and go and answer his criminal case. It doesn't concern anybody. After all, we don't know him. Have Alloyd Ejimako represented IPOB before in a history? No. Why this sudden? Why is he now one presenting himself, pushing himself to represent an organization that doesn't want him? Are we with our senses in this kind of time, this scenario we are? Are we sure we are with our senses? The only thing I want to say, we must do things right and do it very quickly. No time. We must do things right and do it very, very quickly. No time. God bless. God bless you all for watching and for being here with me. I say, keep on protecting and guiding us. And we will continue to do what we should do to protect our people. What we will not allow the politicians to have their way, endangering the life of our people. In whatever you do, in whatever you spend, map out a little for Eastern Security Network to provide them the necessary thing they need to guide our land. Very, very important. God bless you all.